Please state your name and who you represent, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Good morning, Judge Emmett and to the commissioners. My name is Middleton. I live in Riverside Terrace, and I'm here to talk about the Ardmore Bridge and the Flood Control District's plans to rebuild that bridge. First of all, we are prepared to agree to take the bridge out and leave it out. But we do want the county and the flood control district to take the North MacGregor and South MacGregor back to two-way streets, which were converted.
This won't cut into your time. This item, does this include that bridge project?
Indirectly.
Okay. Since you're talking about the Ardmore Bridge, other people signed up for the Ardmore Bridge. It's not actually on the agenda, but it's indirectly tied to this, so I'm going to let them come up, if that's okay with commissioners. Since I've let you talk about it in advance, then okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. So at this point, we want to ask the commissioners to look at that alternative, because it's one of the concerns that the flood control district raised was hydrology. Well, hydrology would not be an issue if you take the bridge out and leave it out. The thing is that the two-way traffic would still give us access in and out of the neighborhood and direct access to the Highway 288. The other thing is that the the engineers in the flood control district they have proceeded to take part of my property, including my driveway, and there's no agreement for them to come on my property and remove and modify my driveway. I think that would be a taking of my property, an unlawful taking, and I'm asking that the flood control district and the county cease and desist. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Middleton. Joseph Middleton.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Joseph Middleton. I'm a resident of Riverside Terrace. As my dad just stated, the Ardmore Bridge project is coming through, and I do have a concern as a citizen. I've looked at some of the plans, and I've seen in the plans that there is going to be a U-turn right there for traffic to go from South MacGregor to North MacGregor to access back to 288. My concern is this. There's a crosswalk there, 2 crosswalks, one on the south bank and one on the north bank for hike and bike traffic. I've seen accidents happen before where pedestrians are being hit. This U-turn lane is not going to have any control by pedestrian signal or traffic signal. It's going to be a raised crosswalk, but that's not enough. You're going to have uncontrolled car traffic coming through, putting bicyclists and pedestrians in danger. And one of the big issues now, especially here in Houston and Harris County, is making it a more pedestrian-friendly, walkable city. And that right there goes against it. And so that's my main concern with that in the project. I mean, there were other negatives about the project, but that's one that I really wanted to touch on today. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Middleton. R. Michael Lee.
My name is R. Michael Lee. I'm also a resident in Riverside Terrace. I do have a handout, so how do I get these up for the commissioner?
That's the auditor's role.
I'm an architect, I'm an urban planner, I've designed cities, and I looked at this plan, and it's an urban disaster. There is a website, riversideneighborhoodpreservation.org, where most of this information you're being handed, you can visit on. I just recently did an open records request so the Harris County Flood Control District will look into this project. And it looks like Harris County Flood Control has met with other communities over 30 different times, none in Riverside. There's hundreds of letters and emails to other communities, none to Riverside. There have been no meetings at all in history for this project. This is a violation of NEP provisions. Harris County Precinct 1 Coordinator, since December of 2017, has been getting updates on the status of the project, but nowhere has Commissioner Ellis ever notified the community. That's a concern, and I'd like to know why. The Ardmore Bridge location is an antiquated location. It dead ends at both ends. Ardmore Street is only a 3-block long street, and it was cut off when 280 went through in the 1970s to be only a 3-block long street, so it no longer goes through. So an alternate plan is that it's endorsed by the UT Hospital, HEB's new store, University of Houston, other civic organizations, Good Hope Baptist Church, and TMC. There's two choices. Is build a new bridge closer to the TMC entrance 92, or on 288 to extend the feeder to include U-turn traffic to connect the MacGregors, and to correct the bad plan instituted in 1970s when 288 went through the neighborhood and created portions of North and South MacGregor to be one-way roads. And that happens right at the Ardmore Street Bridge location as is now, which is a source for many accidents and confusion. Then, after that is all implemented, either alternative 1 or alternative 2, is then go ahead and demolish the Ardmore Bridge. Now, there's some benefits to this. One that's endorsed by the Houston Bike is that this eliminates the dangerous intersection. Number 2 is that if TxDOT gets engaged in this, comes out of their budget. So $3.5 million goes back into the project on the Harris County side. Number 3 is that Harris County Flood Control...
Mr. Lee, how much more have you got?
Almost closing.
Okay.
Harris County Flood Control now can manage that narrow portion of Brays Bayou to help mitigate flood so you don't have a restriction of a bridge at that location. The question I have before the Commissioner's Court is, first, are you going to stop the demolition of the Ardmore Bridge on January 7th?
No, Mr. Lee, this item's not on the agenda.
Yes.
Your time is up. I suggest you talk to Commissioner Ellis.
So, Mr. Lee, after the remaining speakers on this issue speak, we're going to meet with Mr. Poppy, who's standing right there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Actually, sitting right there.
Yeah, we're sitting there on the 5th floor. So when we finish the court, we'll go to the 7th floor, we'll go down and meet there. I won't be there the entire time, but I'll be there. But he'll address some of these concerns. And the burden is on flood control to do the outreach in the community. When it got to me, we did delay it. It may be delayed beyond the 7th of November, but we did do that reprieve. I think most people agree. There is an issue there in terms of flooding, particularly for people on the south side, on the north side.
Both sides are impacted.
Particularly on the north side because it's a little lower. So the worst of all worlds would be to just leave the bridge there where it serves as a dam. We'll get to talk about that when they talk about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you for coming.
Elizabeth Bray.
I'm Elizabeth Bray, and I'm president of the South MacGregor Civic Club. I reside in Riverside Terrace, and we are just concerned. We have a number of elderly people that live in our neighborhood. If they go forward with the way they're doing North and South MacGregor at this time, we cannot get emergency vehicles in when they need them. And we also have a city bus stop there, and they have also told us they can no longer make the turns to come to that bus stop. So I'm also here to support Super Neighborhood's position and Mr. Lee and Mr. Middleton. Thank you.
Thank you. Tomaro Bell, you want one more minute?
Yesterday, I met with Harris County Flood Control, TxDOT, Public Works and Engineering to get a more clear picture of where we are on this. To my surprise, one of the things that I'd asked about last time, there was a deep concern was what she was talking about, the egress or regress of when we have emergency vehicles. And so a suggestion that we had was to keep Southmore as a two-way during construction. Then we found out for the first time last night that they plan on closing it and making MacGregor one lane. We asked them, did you all know, were you aware that TxDOT on January 2nd is shutting down Ardmore from the alternate routes that we had. They didn't even know that that was occurring. There's so many moving parts to this project, and now anyone has thought about the safety of the community. Southmore Bridge is gone and won't be back till the spring. Now the Ardmore Bridge will be gone. On South MacGregor, at night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there are 5 different clubs. You cannot get an emergency vehicle. We've had 2 emergencies in the last 15 days where people had to get in and out, and it was a madhouse.
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
Thank you.
All right. We still have others that want to talk about things on the agenda, starting with Douglas Lyle, item 15D, page 16.